Let me ask y'all something. And this is I've been watching a lot of court cases, and there's a lot of DWIs, a lot of people on drugs, whether it's cocaine, meth, fentanyl, crack. And I want to know something. If taking a drug makes you angry, why do you take it? And if you're already angry and you use your drugs to even get more angry, then when the fuck do you feel good? I don't understand. Most people, when they drink, it's either they started from teenage or young adulthood, drinking, smoking, experiencing things with their friends and peers. Now, if you do it too often, it's not necessarily an addiction as yet. It just shows you don't know how to say no to people. Because you can go out with your peers, they can drink and you don't have to drink alcohol and still have a good time. But when it comes to smoking, I'm like, if you snort cocaine, the last I checked, cocaine is supposed to make you feel good. It's an up drug, correct? That's what I learned in America. By asking people questions and also doing research online. Now, when you snort cocaine, being that it's an up drug, do you get angry on cocaine? When you smoke crack, I'm assuming it's an up drug. I don't know. I'm still doing research. Why? Because I'm only noticing that when they get on crack, they get angry. So if crack makes you angry, why are you smoking that shit? And when does it make you feel good? I noticed that a lot of you that do smoke crack clench your teeth very hard. That's how you get fracture lines. I was always curious about why patients have fracture lines, especially white patients with all their teeth, barely any cavities, yet you have fracture lines. And usually their excuse is they have a high stress job. You're not in therapy? And if your job is such a high stress job, what are you doing to eliminate the stress? Clenching? Now, people can clench their butts, they can clench their lips, and they can also clench their teeth. They can clench their hands. But you clench your teeth on a high stress job? That's anger. And for you to clench it that hard to cause fracture lines or create fracture lines in your teeth tells me that you're on something else. I've seen not only patients with it, but dentists with it. This dry lips, can't speak, always have a bottle of water next to them. And I'm like, but okay, this is not a normal hydration. Now, when I tried cocaine, drinking liquor, I didn't drink water till the next day. I even tried an ecstasy pill. And I had to wait. And I was like, well, what are you supposed to get out of it? And I didn't get nothing out of it. I was like, okay, I'm not trying e-pills anymore. Then I tried a Molly. Now, Molly was different. Molly made me say the truth. On top of wanting to party like I never partied before. I don't remember getting thirsty. Because when Molly first hit the market, a lot of people was dying off of Molly, and they were telling you to stay hydrated. And then I tried, what else did I try? Hold on. Now, when I tried weed back when I was 19, I didn't stop. Because I like my food and I like my sleep. And then, what else did I try? Oh, I tried your famous crack. Since you guys were talking about it so much at the Christmas party, December 15th, 2018. And I'm not sure the expectation being that I was given a drug by Valerie, Daniel's hygienist, prior to the party actually starting. So then I tried it again at a different time, being that I was in a high stress situation. You know, they broke in my apartment, they stole from me. My laptops at Greyhound Port Authority, my MacBook that cost me damn near $2,000. My Dell laptop. Now all these computers have my information on it. And they're trying very hard for me to put them in prison because I'm not backing down. I contact Greyhound Bus and Port Authority. You should be already fired. And then you know what to do. Don't call God. He ain't on a saving trip right now. And Jesus is busy. Since he had to be beaten, died for all your sins, and then all of you to disrespect him. Jesus can't give you the password to my MacBook Air. Now, I tried it because of this. And I was like, well, what do they get out of it? I didn't get a damn thing out of it. So I stopped doing it, and I went back to smoking my weed. Now, like I've said, I've tried things. But what I've noticed is that there is a level of standard with substance. Like an alcoholic tries to hide the fact that they drink alcohol consistently. And they try their best to present themselves as a normal, average, sober individual. People on fentanyl, I don't know what it is, but apparently they done lost a lot of things besides their marbles, their screws, and I don't know what. Cokeheads are always in a suit and tie. And then I wondered, well, how come regular people that snort coke turn out to be junkies? So then I started to evaluate this crack thing. And I realized that there's a level of standard with crackheads. There are crackheads that wear suits, just like Joe Biden's child. I have worked with dentists that smokes crack. I watch YouTube channels of medical students and professionals that smokes crack. Dr. You know what? I'm going to wait for his drug test results. Because they have a drug test for cocaine, and they stated that cocaine stays in your body or in your bloodstream for 3 days. And I was tested for cocaine. A week later, from when I was hanging out with an individual that does cocaine, and the medical professional said, well, if you're around it, it can get in your system. And I was like, if I don't even sniff it, it can still show up in my bloodstream? That doesn't make sense. Doctors practicing medicine. That's like someone that smokes cigarettes, right? Secondhand smoking. Somebody else is smoking the cigarette, don't get sick. You're smelling it, you get sick. So I want to know, how do you test for crack cocaine? How do you test for crack? How do you test for cocaine? And how do you test for weed? Because they said weed stays in your system 21 days. Doctors practicing medicine. So I'm still trying to understand the issue. I was raped. I was raped more than once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. And I still have an education. A lot of you use this trauma and abuse as a reason to get hooked on substance without knowing who you are. And then you blame it on the substance. I'm still blaming my predators. Because I noticed the government made weed illegal. Weed. Weed have not had anyone rob a bank, walk the street naked, kill anybody, rob anybody. Even Cat Williams said it. All a motherfucker want to do is eat and go to sleep when they smoke a blunt. Yet, K2 is legal. And K2 have people naked in the street, losing their mind, mentally disturbed, robbing and killing, seeing things. And K2 is legal. Or 2K, whatever the hell it is. And you can buy this at any corner store, just not in a smoke shop. So I'm trying to understand, because I watch a lot of the government documentaries. Colombia has a research program on drugs. You can literally sign up so you can do your drugs in a controlled environment. So I don't understand how all these people are outside carrying on